Can it get any better than this? Two crosstown rivals meet up in the FCIAC Boys Volleyball Finals. Can Darien go undefeated and win back-to-back FCIAC titles, or will New Canaan play spoilers, ending an undefeated FCIAC title for themselves? It will be a tough task as Darien has only led up 2 sets in 2 matches to this Rams team, but it's the FCIAC. Anything can happen, and it's hard to beat a team 3 times. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here on this Friday afternoon on the DAF Media Network. My name is Austin Platt. We have the FCIAC Boys Volleyball Final today, and it should be a great matchup between 2 crosstown rivals.
Of course, a Friday night, you get New Canaan and Darien for the 3rd time in the FCIAC Championship. You know, you think of spring sports, you don't think of boys volleyball as the top one. Darien undefeated. The only sets they've lost in the regular season were against this New Canaan team. They won 3-1 both times. New Canaan coming off a thrilling 3-2 victory in the semifinals just 2 days ago. And here we are, and despite all the rain around the other sports, the good thing about boys volleyball, it's indoors. It will be played no matter what. And so here we are, Friday night, New Canaan Darien 1v2. Here we go.
As you mentioned, Austin, Darien coming into this matchup, the 1 seed, 17-0 on the season. And New Canaan comes into this one 14-3 in all FCIAC play. And it should be a great matchup between the 1 and the 2 seeds. Starting lineups for today for the visiting New Canaan Rams: Connor Finnegan, the captain, the libero. Number 13, George Radislav, as number 18, Connor Ho, serves it into the net for the first point of the game. Number 17, Matthew Homan. Number 14, Henry, coming off the bench in the starting lineup will be number 23, Doug Gillespie. Serving now for Darien is Zarek Sweetie, senior captain. Here's Herget. Good block by the Darien side, off of the swing from both. Line judge says in, 2-0 Darien early on.
Great place ball there, right in the back corner. Looked like it was very close from our vantage point after a missed serve, not the start you want for the Rams, but players to look out for, of course, Matthew Homan, who had a big 5th set in that win against Trumbull in the semifinals, and then Axel Boley as well.
For the Darien Blue Wave, the libero will be Isaac McMullen. Number 0, John Zarek Sweetie. His full name is number 1. As number 2, Trevor Herget. Number 4, Griffith Krause. Number 5 is Luke Bradbury, as New Canaan gets their first point of the game. Number 10, Frank Perone, and subbing in will be number 17, Lucas Smith. And Austin, one of the good things about today is we got all 4 refs, so we do have line judges, so it's not the ref in the middle judging.
Mullen for Darien, but George Radislavov right in the middle, just places it perfectly in the back corner.
Bradbury, the big swing, and they'll get the point there. Beautiful from Bradbury on the outside. As we take a look at that one. Good set by Sweetie. Sorry to cut you off there, Austin.
You can just tell by looking at this Darien team, they're so much against Trumbull, but figured out a way around it. But when you're playing an undefeated team, it's that much harder.
They're going to get it outside to Holman. Good block. Boley hits the referee. And that'll be another Darien point. A good initial block by 2 of the stars of this Darien squad. And it will be Luke Bradbury serving once again. One will drop. A little bit of a miscommunication there, Austin.
Yeah, Boley's got to take that one in the back. That is not the responsibility of Connor Ho, but you got to communicate. And with this louder crowd, and of course you're wearing masks, so you got to speak up a little bit more. That's something that can't happen. Is Darien off to a quick 5-1 lead.
Teams like Darien will make you pay on short mistakes like that, as a big swing gets through the block of Perone. I believe that's the big fella inside, number 13, George Radislav.
Yeah, they've been using him as this New Canaan team, and he'll just pound it right down the middle, and it's very hard for no matter how many people are going to try and block it, it's going to be very, very challenging.
Connor Finnegan, senior captain, libero. Good block there from Herget and Perone off of the big swing from Homan.
Yeah, a really tall front line for Darien. They got to start moving Homan back. That's the adjustment they made against Trumbull. They moved him back behind that white line, and that really made it that much more challenging.
That's one of the tough things about this Darien team. They can move one of their taller players, Perone, to the back, and they still have Smith and Davenport to sub in to get some height in the front line. Here's New Canaan, outside swing by Henry Lindbergh. Gets the point.
Yeah, New Canaan's doing a really good job spreading out their spike. Holman this season really doing a good job spreading it out to Lindbergh, Radislavov, and Holman. All three of them have a spike so far, and that's how New Canaan has 3 points.
It'll be Holman serving for the Rams. They're going to get it to Herget on the outside. Good swing there. Good effort by Holman to try to get that one up. As we take a look at that one, they got it to Herget, who got it through Radislav and Connor Ho. Free ball for Darien. Outside to Herget. Good block by Ho. And an even better tip in by Henry Lindbergh.
The Rams gave to the Wave, but ended up winning the point anyways, as Lindbergh just used that first touch over the net and just spiked it right down. But you can see this New Canaan team.
And Lindbergh serves it long, and Darien will get a free point there. And if you're the Rams, you cannot have that happen, Austin.
Yeah, Trumbull gave them actually many service errors in that game, but New Canaan, I believe, 3 already missed serves. That can't happen against Darien.
Here's the young stud in Trevor Herget. He's the 4th Herget brother to go through this program. And as I was mentioning, Trevor is the 4th Herget brother to go through this Darien program, having his older brothers, Todd, Tim, and Tyler Herget. Tyler being the one that of the FCIAC. And just a young sophomore, he's got a lot of growing left to do, but he's been such a vital part of this Darien squad. New Canaan in the middle. Good save by Darien. Outside to Bradbury. Good pickup. Saved it anyways. Outside to Bradbury. The Rams are trying to argue that it hit the referee before they could get to it, and those are always tough ones.
Yeah, that one looked like that Ho might have had a chance to jump up, but the ref extended her arm and didn't give him a chance.
I mean, if it was over, so it wouldn't have mattered anyways, but still, in a close game like this, you don't want to have things like that happen.
Yeah, you don't want your name to be known around the FCIAC if you're a ref.
Boley with a big swing gets the kill. Beautiful play from the Rams as we take another look at that. The set from Ho. Boley. And now Doug Gillespie, number 23, will be serving for the Rams.
Yes. The libero checks out for New Canaan, and Radislavov comes back in.
Good block, but Bradbury says yes, sir. And Austin, so far in this game, we've seen a lot of big swings from either side.
Yeah, and literally in this FCIAC Championship trying to get that first set, because in the second meeting, New Canaan did win that first set, and then Darien won the next 3, but it's got to be that much in this first set if they want a chance to win this championship. There's a nice little dink over the top there by Boley.
Boley showing the power and the finesse as we take a look at that one. Just a little finesse. Here's Connor Ho, back serving. Peronis checked back in for the Wave. Good block from Matthew Homan.
He can do it on both sides of the ball. We've seen him a lot of spikes this year, but there by Homan, it's tough for him with these really big spikes from Darien, but he got up there and a huge block as Ho serves again.
That's Darien's strong side. They like to put it out to Bradbury, and they like to put it out to Herget as Bradbury did a little touch pass over, got New Canaan off guard. I think they'll watch for Austin as they have Homan on that side, and they're gonna love to use, or they're gonna love to have Darien go to that side with Bradbury and Herget. So the game goes on. Here's Sweet Eye. And Boley, that one just rolls right off the fingertips.
Yeah, he's had some issues with that this year, where he's kind of unsure if he wants to go with the bump or the set, and that one kind of the in-betweener that gets right in between his fingertips, and we see strength left-hand side closest to us, Ted. It's going to be a very interesting matchup throughout the afternoon.
That one is long, and New Canaan will get a free point. And also something to mention about this, a bit of a long time without senior captain Gavin Bramwood, and he adds so much to this New Canaan team, but they are still the second seed.
Yeah, of course. What a season it's been for New Canaan, of course. Everyone's kind of echoed, you're playing for your seniors that you lost last year with the COVID, no spring seasons, but that's a great spike there. Well placed, yeah. But especially with New Canaan, it was 4 weeks ago tonight that senior captain Gavin Bramwood broke his leg in the first set against Trumbull in the regular season. A horrific injury, had to go through nearly a dozen surgeries, but it was good to see him back the last couple of days cheering on his team, and he actually got to announce the first couple sets. We brought him on our stream on Wednesday, and there by Darien. Herget again, we're going to be saying his name a lot, I can tell you that right now.
Herget and Perone combined for the block on Homan. Essentially kind of a back and forth matchup to say the least. Those are going to be two names that we're going to be calling all night in Homan and Herget. Lindbergh outside. Called a lift on Sweetie, or two hands, or something. I think a lift is what the official call would be. 15-9 early in this first set. Finnegan back to serve. Might have gone long, but Herget saves it anyways outside to Perone, and then they'll get the point.
Lindbergh going up for the block there, but deflected it perfectly to where no one would get. And the Herget-Perone duo is going to be something we're going to have to watch out for, and Coach Amy Warren's going to have to make a lot of adjustments tonight.
And Austin, something that I've wondered with this Darien team is, do they ever get complacent? And that's something to watch out for if they get complacent. But it's still a close set. And that's going to go to Darien. It just went off of Finnegan. Could not get out of the way of the speed and power from Herget.
Great idea is Coach Amy Warren's going to call her first timeout with Darien leading 17-9. But you do worry about complacency for all teams, and that's what losing teams do. They get competed. You do have to worry about that as a coach. But I certainly believe that Coach LaRusso makes sure their heads are screwed on straight and they don't get ahead of them. No way you can get complacent against your arch rival and a team that has been through a lot. As we do actually see Gavin Bramwitt for New Canaan cheering on his team, so it's great to see him back on his feet after the real breaking of his leg 4 weeks ago today. But New Canaan's going to have to make adjustments, and they're going to really have to figure out a way to use the height that they don't have, trying to cheer up their guys as they are down significantly in this set. But they were down in the fourth set as well. I want to say like 16-12, and they were down 2-1 in the semifinal against Trumbull. Came back, won that set, I believe 25-22, and then easily won the fifth set like 15-8 or so finish line. But going to be much more challenging today. But you do have to worry a little bit about complacency when you're undefeated and you haven't really been through any speed bumps this year. You've only lost 2 sets the entire year. I mean, that's incredible to think about.
51-2 all year in regular season matchups, and they're 6-0 all time in playoffs right now. And you brought up a good point about Coach Lori LaRusso not letting her players get complacent. Throws that one down.
Yeah,
we'll take another look at that. But you mentioned that Coach Lori LaRusso is not going to let us, not only boys programs, but also girls programs in the state. That's why they have so many FCIAC and state titles. And you bring up a really good point about that. So I would not be surprised if Coach Lori LaRusso was a lot harder on her guys this week than most weeks. It's good to see some former Darien players in the building, including Pierce Rooftooth and Nick Tanaj. Good effort by Homan, just could not get that one up. But Austin, one of the best things about having fans here is you can see some of the older players. I believe there are some New Canaan older players on the sidelines. I know I just mentioned Pierce Rooftooth and Nick Tanaj from Darien's 2019, as Perone will put that one into the net.
Now serving Matthew Holman.
Matthew Holman will be serving now. Herget. That one is out. Ho tried to get a little cheeky with it. Past that line, and Darien is 5 points away from winning the first set.
Yeah, that ball might have been going over either way, but Ho just deflected it, and it was too close to the line. He just tapped it out as the ref is going to make an adjustment with their high chair.
Is it called the high chair or is it a ladder? That's something I don't know, because she's not sitting in it, but ladder for now.
That sounds better.
Radislav in the middle. Couldn't get that one down. Bradbury from the back row. That's just a little too long. And struggles with a little bit, getting it to the back row and try to find some points. Sometimes they just hit it too long.
Yeah, especially when you're in that mid down, or else it'll be in the net. And if you spike it up, it'll go way out, as we saw there.
Herget tried to get it over. That's no good. and he wasn't in his spot, and you could Canaan 2 straight points. Can they continue the momentum?
Yeah, it's the way you want to come out of a timeout after that first point where they looked dysfunctional. Now they've gotten a couple really good points, placing Darien and some there by Herget. After the 2 misses on Darien's end, right in that spot of the court in the middle, he just plays it perfectly over the top.
Ho and Gillespie were expecting the big swing, and I think everyone in the crowd was expecting the big swing, but Herget drops it over. Herget on the serve. He's one of the few players in the FCIAC that still does that spin serve, as a good effort by McMullen will go into the net. New Canaan gets another point, makes it 21-13.
I'm telling you, I haven't seen too much of boys volleyball this year, but Trevor Herget has one of the best serves probably in the state. I mean, that thing just comes down so quickly, and it's so hard for anyone to defend.
Got a flashlight on the phone in the crowd. Don't want to make it too distracting. One of the better serves in the FCIAC. I'm sure he picks up from his brothers as they go back row to him. That's just in. Three points away from winning this first set.
I believe that was Herget there on the other side. That was a perfectly placed shot. Another one right into the corner tonight.
McMullen on the serve, outside to Boley. Good block from Darien, gets the point.
Actually sailed a bit wide, so New Canaan will take the point. And you're scrolling through the FCIAC Championships, it's really just Darien has won 4 of the last volleyball. Of course, no season last year, but 2019 they won, and then 2015, 16, and 17, as the refs are going to talk this over a little bit.
Trying to figure out who gets the point there.
Went into the net, and then it was blocked over, but they will say it did go over.
Hold on, they're still conferring. It's weird because it did look like it went into the net.
Yeah.
But also, a quick look at it here. Boley, that one went over the net. Perone and Sweet Eye to New Canaan, as I think they're going to call the block. As Perone gets that one down the middle, the big middle hitter, senior.
Excellent replay there by our DAF crew.
Trey Cahill, our lead instant replay guy, also known as Little Sheep. The big fella. Sweet Eye on the serve. They're going to get it to the big fella inside in Radislav, but they keep it alive, but it will be a point, Darien.
New Canaan really's got to communicate a bit more, a lot more actually. There have been a couple of points where they've just scrambled to get the ball over the net. You can't do that against Darien. Too many free passes, and that's point.
They're going to get it outside to Holman, and that's a good swing by Holman. Taking momentum away from Holman, gets through Kraus and Perone. And it will be Axel Boley on the serve, number 15.
Yeah, New Canaan's going to want to move Holman around all afternoon to really exploit a weakness that they're really this Darien Blue Wave team, but really want to try and get it towards the shorter players, but Darien's such a big team.
Free ball, and Radisson picking up the leftovers from the Darien missed opportunity and eating them all up.
Yeah, New Canaan's moving over to the left side away from us here. And that makes it harder for the taller guys, Herget and Perone, who usually are on the side closer to us. So
the mishandle, I believe that's the official call, a mishandle on the set there, and that's costly if you're Darien. You can't have too many more of the straight points. Trying to gain momentum, but Boley gives it all right back, and Darien will take the first set, 25-17. We'll be back here on the DAF Media Network with the second set.
We are Dan's hometown source for sports, arts, and entertainment, established in 2017. We Are Community, a volunteer-based organization that gives nearly 50 Darien High School students hands-on experience in video production. We Are Cutting Edge, a STEM initiative. Students use cameras, computers, sound equipment, and innovative software. We Are Live, streaming 120 events per year on our YouTube channel. We Are On the Stage. We Are At the Big Games. We Are On the Field. We are in the gym. We are on the move. Live streaming not only in Darien, but throughout southwestern Connecticut and the tri-state area. We are making a difference. We are DAF Media.
Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes. Foundation. Broadcasting live from the field, DAF Media covers 125 games a year. All Darien teams, our youth in our fields. Fields like the center oval and upper oval turfs, the JV softball field, and Stadium East, the longest turf in New England. Foundation and its generous founders and donors. The Darien Athletic Foundation is not just committed to building our town's athletic infrastructure, it's improving the civic infrastructure, the multimedia scoreboard, the snack bar pavilion, and the stadium lights, a $750,000 investment that makes Darien High School just the second school in Connecticut with LED lights. The Darien Athletic Foundation board is to know just how quickly it goes by. Its archives of more than 60,000.
Back here on the DAF Media Network, for those of you just joined 25-17, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our production crew. Camera operators Jason and Eric Bellingham, our director Braden Schenk, instant replay Trey Cahill, graphics Ian McCarthy, our advisor my name's Ted Brennan, alongside Austin Platt, and we saw an electric first set from Darien and New Canaan in the FCIAC Blue Wave and the two-seeded New Canaan Rams as we prepare for the second set. The New Canaan sides getting raucous, and here it's off in the second set. Darien leads 1-0. And good effort by Darien, but New Canaan will get the point. Radislav will get the kill as we take a look there. Off the feed from Ho, just got it past Bradbury and Perone.
That was a really good effort by Darien on the net.
Back to Perone. Good block by New Canaan. Tried the little dump, was Herget, but no good. Darien, third time. Will it be the charm? No, good save. And that's out. Impressive effort by the Rams to try to get that one over.
Yeah, starting off Darien is with a couple drop shots, testing this New Canaan team, and Connor Ho was there. And an extra touch made it just out of the reach for Henry Lindbergh to try and steer it over and in.
And Bradbury will put that one into the net. 3 point for New Canaan.
Yeah, New Canaan's really going to try and get this traveling crowd into this game. They did bring plenty of supporters for a Friday night, and it's supposed to be very rainy, so hard to attract the fans. But hey, it's the FCIAC Championship against Darien.
For those of you wondering, Darien is up 3-1 in boys lacrosse after one. Darien will get the point, makes it 2-2. Perone will be in the back serving for the Wave. That one is long from Perone. And New Canaan will get another free point off of a missed serve. That's one of Darien's problems. They sometimes just don't know their own power.
Barrow Finnegan, who jumped up for it and at the last second pulled away as that ball just sailed out.
Good save by Sweet Tie. It'll be a free ball for New Canaan. Outside. That's long, but they're calling for a touch. They're wanting the touch. And Darien will do the gentlemanly thing. They say he'll touch it, and New Canaan will get the point.
Yeah, a little short to touch it, so good sportsmanship there in this championship game against your rival.
That's always a nice thing to do, especially in a finals game, but they give it right back anyways. 4-3.
Yeah, you can't inside, something just can't happen. And right now it's close to double digits in terms of number of faults both teams have had, but New Canaan is out, then the Wave.
Big swing from Herget. Will the Rams save it? They do. Free ball, Darien.
Unbelievable get there from Ho and New Canaan up front, and they do win the point. Gain some momentum and string a few points in a row. That was a really good spike there by Herget. And then New Canaan up top with the block, somehow got the ball back. And Ho placed. Darien could not take advantage of the free ball.
Again, it was that back row. I believe Bradbury was on it there. Darien will get the point. Swing.
Yeah, kind of went with the sidearm punch off of his forearm. He's a bit confused of why the call was made, but not the traditional way.
But Austin, we saw it again on, as that one just trickles over the net from Herget, he'll get the ace. But we saw it again with Darien. There's some consistency in keeping it in play. And that's something to watch. If you're New Canaan, you're going to want to force them to try to get into that back row, try to really get the blocks in on the sides. And that might be his ace.
Yeah, even after New Canaan's starting to find a weakness, Herget's serve is just too powerful. And even if it does go in the net, it'll somehow find a way to trickle over and turn into an ace. And this is the guy you want to serve if you're the Wave. He can single-handedly put you in the lead.
That one trickled over again. And
yeah, a lot of frustrating faces on the New Canaan sideline. Nothing you can do about it other than try and win a point and get this guy off of the serving line.
I mean, it's so difficult because you expect it to, but then when it trickles over and you got no one there, as that one is long from Herget, you can see it there, too much power. But you just expect it to kind of go to that back row, but when there's no one there and it trickles over, you're in scramble. Lindbergh will serve. Lindbergh was injured this season, and he came back and made a great return in their previous matchup.
Yeah, that one just clipped the line. New Canaan was thinking it was going out. That was Boley on the left-hand side on the outside. He just let that ball fall in. That barely must have clipped the line. That's something you can't have happen. You can't watch.
Those are incredibly tough judgment calls because you think it's going out, and then it comes back in as Perone will get the kill there on the block. It'll be the block, not a kill. Gets it through Sweet Tie and Perone. As we take another look at that, a good swing by Boley.
As we see Finnegan check out for New Canaan and Radislav check back in.
Austin, something that shouldn't be understated in this game, and we've mentioned a couple times with the fans, but it feels more like a New Canaan home game than a Darien home game, as that one will go long. But as I was mentioning, it feels home game because they have a ton of fans traveling and they're making a lot of noise.
Yeah, they really needed that in that tail end of that Trumbull game. And it's a struggle sometimes as we see Herget to serve. And another one that just trickles right over the net for an ace. That's 3 of them now for Darien. They'll take as many as they need. And sometimes, as they say, it's better to be lucky than good. As it'll be Sweet Tie to serve. 11-7, Darien stringing some points. Ho sets it up for Boley, and that one gets a little help from the net. Illegal touch on New Canaan on Homan, and that is another point for Darien. They lead 12-7.
For anyone experiencing technical difficulties at home, we do apologize. We may be experiencing 1 or 2 camera issues, but we'll try to get those smoothed out so we can bring you some more FCIAC Finals volleyball. The free ball off of a missed possession from New Canaan, but it looks like New Canaan might get a free ball there, but Herget puts it into the net before it can go over.
Yeah, the libero there, Isaac McMullen, the sophomore. Not a great bump there.
It looks like it just went off that right arm and kind of the hit there, and it'll be Connor Ho serving. And something that hasn't been happening a whole lot in this game, and I'm sure New Canaan has worked on it, as Perone with broadcast booth. But something that hasn't been talked about is in their last matchup here at Darien High School, even if we didn't have sound on that one, you could tell that New Canaan was having a lot of trouble, and in FCIAC play, because the ceiling it's still in play, so New Canaan was having a lot of trouble. They would hit the balls into the ceiling, and they would just have a lot of trouble finding it. Good dig! Will they get it over? Good possession from Darien, but a free ball coming for New Canaan. This would be a big point for Darien to win. And they do.
It was an unbelievable dig there from Bradbury. We've got a replay.
We do have the replay from Herget with the dig to McMullen, who put it through there where that divider would normally be. And a timeout is taken by the Rams as we're going to take another look at that. But Austin and I will take a quick timeout. Back here after the timeout. Shout out to my internship advisor, Mr. Alan Louie, through physics and being my internship advisor, as it's been fun. Little Sheep is giving me a look right now, Trey Cahill. And Darien will be back on the serve after a big momentum point win. Outside to Homan. Good save by Brad at the ceiling. As we mentioned, off the ceiling, having a tough time.
Yeah, it's incredibly tough. Of course, every gymnasium is built different, and even Buchanan had the hoops up top, and that one actually literally went off the ceiling, went straight down. Not much they can do about that, but every gym is different in the FCIAC, and you really got to adjust.
Boley again had Wiener as Perone tried to tip that one over, and it's going to be another mishandle. Something we've seen a little bit too much if you're Coach Amy Warren.
Yeah, Warren, her 4th season with New Canaan. This is the program's first ever FCIAC Championship they've been to. It's incredible what Coach Warren has done, but certainly too many mistakes on her team's end.
That one is in. Darien leads 17-8. I personally thought that because of the block, that would count as one hit, but I guess it doesn't, as Darien was able to get the third. And Darien leads 17-8 with Bradbury still serving. Bradbury, bit of the swag king. He's rocking the knee brace, the ankle brace, and
certainly wins the accessory award.
Herget cross court will get that one down.
We've seen a lot of spectacular cross court. Herget just places that one out of the reach of the libero Finnegan for New Canaan. And they're really starting to pull away here. The Blue Wave up 18-8 after trailing by a couple.
I believe New Canaan had its biggest lead of 2 in the early goings of this set, as New Canaan will get a free point off the serve there. But really since then, Darien has taken control of the second set. But again, it's the FCIAC. Anything can happen. New Canaan is a team that has shown that they can come back from a deficit, and we'll see if they can do it. In a bit of another miscommunication there from Boley and Ho. And I'm sure Coach Amy Warren in that huddle is going to say something about the communication. Guys, we got to be doing it better.
Yeah, you'd much rather have both guys go up for a ball and hit it wherever, rather than just letting the ball fly right by you. And, here we are 28 points into this second set, and you can't be taking timeouts just to emphasize the communication factor if you're the Rams.
It's the bit of the old Little League where your coach would say, if somebody's in the outfield, there's a pop fly, yell, I got it, I got it.
Yep.
And again, we're no volleyball players here. It's really tough to hear in this loud gymnasium. But again, sometimes you got to pull out the old Little League rule, yell, I got it, I got it, I got it.
Yep, and especially want to have them take control of whoever's in the back. Of course, you say outfield over the infield, and you certainly think in volleyball the back takes it over the front, but that was both bowling. Someone's just got to take control.
It's always a great moment. I mean, not for the team that lost the point, but it's a little comedic relief when it falls in between them and they both. Nonetheless, Darien up 10 with Perone in the back row serving. He stepped up big. His ace there. His sophomore year, he stepped up big in the CIAC tournament. He filled in for an injured player, and so he's not afraid of the spotlight, and he's not afraid of the big moments. And he's built for moments like this as the Lindbergh hit. And they'll go outside to Homan. Herget, and that time, it's not even a communication issue. It's just where Herget had placed the ball. It literally went right in between Boley and Finnegan.
Yeah, Boley's had a really rough time tonight. A couple of them have gone right through his legs. That one goes right in between himself and Finnegan. And certainly the waiver is on the New Canaan side on that back line.
Homan. Darien's going to push it over for gone long, but Boley saved it. And Darien will get a free ball of their own. Just in from Herget. 22-9.
Yeah, Darien really looking like an undefeated team right now. Unstoppable. It feels like they can't lose a point at the moment.
Although the announcer's jinx might just set in here.
22-9, I'd be surprised if they blow this set.
First part of the announcer's curse said they can't lose a point. What did they do? Lose a point, 22-10.
Bit of net luck there for New Canaan. Radoslavov, his spike, man's land. As Radoslavov checks out for New Canaan, Gillespie back in.
Net, but it will be a Darien point. Went right into that referee as we're going to take a look here. It's almost him in because it looked like he was going to soar past that line, which would have been a foot violation.
As Dylan Cortman, the senior, checks.
Some fresh legs, a new face, trying to get the matchups as Herget with another block. I might just need to have a tape recorder to say Herget with the block, Herget with the kill, because he's been all over the place.
He's been everywhere tonight. And if you think New Canaan didn't prep for him, then you're incredibly wrong, but he's just that good. Nothing you will do will stop him. At cross court.
Homan will get the kill and now the serve. And Darien will take the second set, 25-11. And they are one set away from winning the tournament. We'll take a short break and bring you the third set right around the corner. Back here on the DAF Media Network, we're going to have a quick look at the FCIAC bracket. The road to get here. Darien had a first round bye, then beat Stanford in the quarterfinals, then Ridgefield in the semifinals. New Canaan, they also had a bye in the first round, then they had to take on Ludlow in the quarterfinals, then Trumbull in the semifinals, and now we're here, FCIAC finals. Thank you, Braden Shank, for putting that graphic up. One of the key graphic guys on this team alongside Ian McCarthy. And Connor Ho will start it off in the third set. Can New Canaan grab a set like they've done in the first two matchups, or will Darien clinch a win? We will find out here in this third set. Bradbury. And it was a good effort by the Rams, but I think Boley was called on a lift.
Might have been actually Connor Ho there on the set. Might have been an underhand hit.
Sweet Tie will serve again for the Wave. Herget is in the back row for Darien, but Perone is up the middle, and they get the point.
Yeah, it was a bad set there from Ho, as that one was behind, I believe, Radislavov, who had to adjust and just tap it over, and it basically turned into a free ball for Darien.
This will be a free ball for New Canaan, but it hit the little pole there. So it does not matter. New Canaan point. Shout out Darien Assistant Athletic Director Kurt Field walking past us. Does a lot of the behind the work scenes that you don't see, as that one goes into the net from Boley. And Boley, who's normally really consistent for this Rams team, having a bit of an off night.
Yeah, he didn't have the best of nights either against Trumbull, but in the first couple of sets. And you really got to make Darien work for these points. As good as they are, you can't be giving them free points.
Perone with a big block dump over the net. Darien takes an early 3-point lead as we take another look at that. Good work by our camera operators in the Bellingham brothers and our instant replay director, Trey Cahill. Outside to Holman, tries the little deke. And a weird point, but New Canaan wins it.
Very odd. New Canaan was looking for a double touch there, I believe on Herget, but it ended up being a block and then an extra touch. But either way, New Canaan wins the point, their first one of the set, but they still trail 4-2, rather their second.
Outside to Perone, in between Ho and Boley, and Perone gets the kill. Perone will move to the back as he starts the serve. And a mishandle from Darien results in a New Canaan point. Perone will go to the bench. Smith will sub in.
New Canaan's really got to capitalize on these errors from Darien, which are so uncharacteristic, but they really haven't been able to punish them. As that was a bad set there from Darien, right in between Herget
and Smith. Smith's played mostly JV this year, but he gets the call up for this FCIAC matchup.
Missed serve there by New Canaan. I believe that was on Boley. 6-4, going back and forth here.
It'll be Griffith Kraus on the serve. And that one does not go over the net. Much tighter set early on in this one.
Yeah, so maybe some nerves on the Darien side with closing this match out. We've seen 3 or 4 missed serves on both ends combined.
And New Canaan will get the point, tied up.
Yeah, Darien at the front hasn't been so convincing, and that set ended up going over the net, and Connor Ho just placed it perfectly in between all the Darien players.
And that one went right into Smith's. Missed a bit of a mishandle, and now New Canaan leads by 1.
Yeah, I did not expect that ball to go over the net, and neither did Smith, as that one nearly hit him right in the face.
And New Canaan will get a free ball. Holman, back row. They're going to get it out to Herget. Mr. Consistency gets it in.
Yeah, not much you can do there from New Canaan. Really nothing you can do on those balls that go perfectly into that back right corner other than tip your cap to Herget, who I can't believe is only a sophomore.
He's a player ahead of his time. That one goes right to Boley off the serve. Back to Boley. Boley and Herget playing a little 1v1. And it looks like it's going to be a mishandle from Sweetie, as New Canaan will get the point.
You're really trying to see this New Canaan bench and their traveling fans in this game for New Canaan. They're hanging in here in this third set, 8-7, as the junior Gillespie will serve.
That one was close to going out of bounds, but good idea from McMullen to save it. Boley. Saved by Herget. Back row to Herget. And I think Herget was getting a little nervous because he didn't want to put it long, so he tried to put it down a little more, and it's in the net. And Coach Lori LaRusso will take her first timeout of the game. 9-7 in favor of the Rams. And Austin, this really looks like a completely different Rams team and really a completely different Darien team than we saw in the first 2 sets.
Yeah, I mentioned it just a couple minutes ago. New Canaan has to take advantage of the Darien errors, which don't come all too often, but they haven't been able to string a couple points together, and finally they have, and they've given themselves a 2-point lead, which I believe is just their largest lead of the entire match. They had an early lead in the second set as well before Darien completely pulled away. But now it's now or never for New Canaan, and they really got to pull away in this third set if they want to keep themselves in it. But New Canaan haven't dropped all that many sets either. You look in their wins, a lot of 3-0s, some 3-1s in the last couple of matches, and then a 3-2 loss to Ridgefield was their only other loss other than the 2 against Darien. So just 3 losses on the year for New Canaan to 2 opponents, while Darien still hasn't lost, and they are currently up 2-0.
This will be an interesting third set on how it plays out. It will be Gillespie still serving for the Rams. McMullen to Sweetie to Bradbury. That's in. And that's what you need if you're Darien, and senior captain Frank Perone checks in. He provides a lot of leadership in that middle area. And I think that was one of the problems that we saw, is that they were missing that senior leader out there. It's different when you have both Smith and Perone out there, but when you have one or the other, or one without the other, it's really difficult. As McMullen will put that one into the net.
Yeah, it helps especially in this year when you have so many guys that are senior leaders and have played varsity and have experience at the varsity level, especially with no season last year. Makes it that much harder, and for New Canaan, you can tell that without looking at what grades these guys are in, you know that not many of them have played varsity volleyball before, and that clearly shows. That one went off the referee, but was out of range anyways.
Homan tried to put that over the net, but the way it just came off his hand, it was going to go around anyways, even if the ref wasn't there. So point Darien, they're trailing by 1. Sweetie will serve. And a bit of a miss hit on the bump. We take a look at that one. Ho in scramble mode tried to get that one up, just couldn't do it. It's now 10-10. Perone with the block.
There's that senior leadership you mentioned right in the middle as he goes up and just blocks it, rejects Radislav. Obviously the replay there. That's what you need if you're Darien. They haven't shown any complacency certainly in this match, but maybe a little bit of nerves here, trying to close out this perfect season.
That's got to be incredibly difficult. I can't even imagine what's on their minds. Trying to complete a perfect season, but the Rams aren't going down without a fight. If we take a look, I believe that was Matthew Holman on that outside, getting it through as Boley will serve again. Outside to Bradbury, big swing and a kill. Good play by the Wave to get that one right back.
And looking at this Darien roster, you only have 4 seniors on this team, and it just goes to show you the underclassmen that are getting huge experience at the varsity level and playing with a very good team that will be very, very good for years to come.
Good dig by McMullen. They're going to get it outside to Herget off the hands of Gillespie. Makes it 13-11.
Darien really using that formula they used in the first couple of sets, getting the ball on this near side where closer to where we are sitting. That's where Herget is, and that's where the big problem lies if you're New Canaan.
Here's Holman. Gets one right back.
Gets a little help from the net there as that one ends up going cross court. And New Canaan's done really well just hanging in there, and despite all the big swings that Darien has with all their big hitters, they're only down by 1. This crowd is still in it for the Rams.
Austin, that was the matchup we talked about. As Herget will go again. But that's the matchup we talked about. The heavy hitters, the pound for pound. Herget and Holman. And these last 3 points have gone Herget, Holman, Herget. And we'll see if Holman can answer back.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter how hard it goes sometimes. If it's Herget, you just place that one perfectly right in the middle. And that's another miscommunication. Now that's Axel Boley has to go after that ball. Connor Ho's moving back and makes it that much harder. And I think Axel is saying that that's my ball. He's saying I got it. But Ho went straight in and knocked that ball out. Another timeout from Coach Amy Warren, who's telling his guys to calm down a little bit as they're only down by 3. But it can feel like a lot more sometimes when you're playing a team that's undefeated and has only dropped 2 sets this entire year.
We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with the rest of the third in just a moment. Back here on the DAF Media Network, the Darien boys lacrosse team leads number 2 Staples 10-3 in their FCIAC finals. That's actually being streamed over on NCTV. Austin, shout out all the NCTV people.
Yeah, certainly doing a good job splitting up. I know our main guy Ian Nicholas is on the call with a couple of DAF guys. And I don't know specifically who's on camera, but I do know Emily Fox is producing. We've done a great job all year. Trying to get some more volleyball streams in the future. And that's another one, miscommunication right there. That's not what you want to see, and that's Dylan Cortman's ball. And as soon as Axel Boley had one that was taken away from him, he takes one away from Cortman, and he got a bit antsy there.
Took the words right out of my mouth. 16-12. Still a very close match. Holman tried the little cheeky move, and it'll be free ball New Canaan. They're going to go outside to Holman. Bradbury able to save it. Sweet side to Smith, gets it over. Free ball New Canaan. Outside to Holman again, and a good rally we've seen. And Herget will finish it off. Who else?
One of the better rallies we've seen all evening between these two sides. Couple drop shots, a really nice get on Darien's end to pop it over in just 3 touches. But when in doubt, it's going to begin with Herget, and it's most likely going to end with Herget. There's another spike from him.
Gillespie in the middle. Good save by Darien. They're going to go back to Holman. Good block and another good rally. Outside to Cortman. Herget just long. Tried to place it down that sideline, but couldn't get it, and New Canaan wins a big momentum point. Those longer rallies, you know, you're always going to be the ones to want to win that, and this time New Canaan will win that one.
Yeah, New Canaan's really going to want to extend the rally. As I don't know why Holman served very quickly there after receiving the ball from Cortman, who thought he was serving.
Sometimes confusion can cause the other team to be confused. That's probably why he served it so quickly to try to catch Darien off guard, but that one went right into the net. Outside to Cortman, big swing off of McMullen's hands, 18-14.
Might have taken that one right off the face there, was McMullen.
Matchup to watch. Perone is on the bench, Smith is back in, and will New Canaan pick on Smith? That was what happened, as that was a tough set from Sweetie, but Herget was able to dump that one over.
Yeah, Herget using all of his big frame there to reach back and just get that ball over. And a nice job there not carrying it over. As Darien's starting to pull away here, 19-14. They're 6 points away from glory.
It would be their 6th FCIAC title. And free ball for New Canaan off of a little bit of a communication error from Darien. But Boley, who's had a bit of a tough third set, could that build the confidence back up? That was a big swing and a kill.
As George Radislavov checks in for the libero for New Canaan, that being Connor Finnegan.
And Gillespie, who's had a bit of trouble with some serves, they've been very, very close to that far line, gets another serve. Darien up 5 and away 5. And senior captain Frank Perone will check back in. McMullen got that one over the net, back to Boley. Good block there from Connor Ho.
Ho, another guy for NC who's had a bit of a tougher third set, but one of his first blocks on the night as he got up there and a perfect block. New Canaan still within reach, down 4, but running out of time quickly.
Sweetie tried the little dump over move, and they'll get that one back. New Canaan, Holman. Perone tried the dump. Outside to Boley. Good rally. And a dump over by Boley. You can see the confidence building not only in Boley, but in this Rams team. They're only 3 away from tying it.
Yeah, they're really forcing Darien to make the error. They're really trying to extend these rallies. We haven't seen these 3 rallies in this third set have been by far the longest in this entire match. Got to make Darien earn these last couple points.
Back row, Herget again spikes it into the net. Now within 2 are the Rams.
Yeah, if you're Coach LaRusso here, you might think about taking a timeout. You don't want New Canaan to get too many points, as the scoreboard, I believe, went 1 in favor of Darien.
It should be 20-18. The scoreboard here says 21-17. There we go, now that we got the correct score. And we're ready to continue this third set. Connor Ho, 2 straight serves where he's gotten it over the net, make that a third straight. Perone puts that one down. Darien up 3.
Huge point there for Darien to weather the storm that New Canaan had with a couple points in their favor. And they're just 4 points away with Sweetie to serve.
Boley, can they get it over? No! That's a confidence breaker.
Yeah, Boley had a really nice couple of points with the outside swings as Coach Amy Warren taking another timeout. She really can't allow the Wave to win that many more points. They're just 3 away from this championship. And right as New Canaan won several points in a row, Darien with 2 key points as they're back in the driver's seat here in this third set.
Credit to the New Canaan Rams. After that second set that we saw where Darien won by 14 points, coming from the first set where Darien only won by 8 points, the Rams have had a heck of a turnaround. They're really exploiting the small weaknesses in the Darien team that many teams haven't been able to exploit. So credit to head coach Amy Warren doing an excellent job in this third set.
Yeah, and that's how New Canaan has won 2 sets. I mean, it looks like, and if you watched just the second set, you would have asked, how would have New Canaan taken 2 sets off of them in 2 matches? But Coach Amy Warren's done a fantastic job bringing this program to where they are now, and they're certainly really excited about the future. And hopefully we get a lot of New Canaan Darien finals to come in the coming years. But New Canaan, they're not going down without a fight, as no team ever should in any sport, especially against an undefeated team. That's not easy to do, easy to hang your heads, but they're going to stay in it for as long as they possibly can.
I think after that second set, you would have looked at this New Canaan team and been, oh, they're going to roll over, as Holman will shoot that long, but Perrone says he touched it, and it's 22-19.
Yeah, you could tell by the trajectory of that ball that it took a deflection. And Boley serves. That's who New Canaan wants behind the line.
But as I was saying before, after that second set, you thought they were just going to roll over, but they're not going down without a fight as they pull within 2 now off of the misplay by the Wave.
Yeah, very easy. I'll repeat myself, but it's very easy for teams to just completely lose it after having a lead momentarily in that second set, for them to just completely get blown away by this Blue Wave team.
That one is long. Sorry to cut you off, Austin, but it's a 1-point game. And Coach Lori LaRusso will take a timeout. We'll take a short timeout, be back with the rest of this exhilarating third set in a moment. Back here on the DAF Media Network, Boley still serving for the Rams after the Darien timeout. It's 22-21. You could hear some Darien fans mutter, it's too close. As that one's going to come toward the broadcast booth. And Darien now 2 points away from closing this third set out. But Austin, we were talking a little bit in the break that even if New Canaan does drop this third set, it's nothing to hang their hats on. They are fighting to the very end, making life very uncomfortable for Darien.
I mean, they'll be the ones to take the only sets off Darien this entire year. That's something that you can wear on your sleeve.
Holman tried to get that one. Herget. Will New Canaan get it over? They find a way, and Radislav puts it into the net. Tough break for the Rams.
Yeah, Radislav got ahead of himself there, didn't realize how close he was to the net, and that one just went, or didn't realize that he wasn't as close to the net as he thought. And this is championship point here for the Darien Blue Wave.
1 point away from FCIAC immortality this year. Can they do it, or will the Rams force a fourth set? And that one goes through. New Canaan still down 2. They need to force it to 24 to get the win by 2 rule. And it will be on the shoulders of Connor Finnegan to get this ball over. But I wouldn't be surprised if Darien finds a way to get it to Herget. But it looks like he's back row. But they're going to try to get it to him. What did I say? But that was a block. And Darien, FCIAC immortality is yours. 20-0. 17-0 in the FCIAC regular season. 3-0. And Darien, your 2021 FCIAC Boys Volleyball Champions. Congratulations to the boys. An incredible third set win by Darien, and an incredible third set from both teams. Austin, what a match.
Talk about the just the fight in New Canaan. You know, we can talk about Darien all day long, and deservedly so, an undefeated season, but they fought to the very end. And when we talked with Coach Amy Warren after that semifinal, she said, we're going to take the confidence that we took the only 2 sets off them in the regular season, and we're going to take it into this game. And it was a very tough first set that Darien back and forth held on, and the second set they just completely ran away with it. And in this third set, there was that time where you could tell that nerves were starting to kick in for the Wave, but you really saw them, their senior captains and even some of their underclassmen really getting vocal and making sure that they didn't lose the grip on this third set. And 3-0, I mean, you only lose 2 sets in a year. It's one of the greatest seasons, you can say, in FCIAC history. And they're the best team in Connecticut, that's obvious, and they will be the #1 seed in Class L, where New Canaan will be the 5 seed in Class M. There are only 2 classes in states for volleyball, so they will play South Windsor on Thursday on the road as the 5 seed. But the Blue Wave, undefeated, deservedly so, they are the champions.
As you mentioned, Darien, they will play in the Class L. They have a first-round bias. They're the 1 seed. They will play the winner of Shelton and Newtown, the 8 and the 9 seed. They will play that on June 4th. And as you mentioned, on June 4th as well will be Class M, New Canaan versus South Windsor. We are going to take you live to the award ceremony, but before that, I'm going to give a quick shout-out to our production crew doing an excellent job tonight. Camera operators Jason and Eric Bellingham, our director Braden Shank, our instant replay coordinator Trey Cahill, graphics Ian McCarthy, our advisor Damian Andrew. Once again, I'm Ted Brennan alongside Austin Platt. And Austin, it was great to have you here today.
Thank you, Ted, for having me. It's great to see this FCIAC Championship between the 2 best teams and the biggest rivalry in Connecticut getting renewed on the hardwood, something you really don't see. Boys volleyball, you think of lacrosse as the biggest sport in the spring, but New Canaan and Darien were the best teams in the regular season, but Darien undefeated and deservedly so. They win this game 3-0, 25-22 to win it in the third and final set.
Once again, congratulations to the 2021 FCIAC Boys Volleyball Champions, Darien Blue Wave, completing a perfect FCIAC season, and we will see if they can continue in the Class L tournament. It would be an incredible run for them to go a perfect undefeated season. We're going to take you live to the awards ceremony, but I will quickly sign off. Once again, I'm Ted Brennan signing off, and now to the awards ceremony.
To bring together both teams for the FCIAC trophy presentation. Congratulations to both teams on a great match and a great tournament. To start things off, we would like to congratulate the 2021 FCIAC Boys Volleyball runner-up, New Canaan Rams. Captain, please come collect your trophy at midcourt. And now for your 2021 FCIAC Boys Volleyball Championship, Blue Wave. Gentlemen, when your name is called, please come get your medal. Isaac McMullen. Zarek Sweetie. Trevor Hergen. Griffin Krause. Luke Bradbury. Will Olson. Sebastian Petrov. Frank Perron. Lucas Smith. And Trey Davenport. At this time, we would like to honor the MVP from the championship team. Congratulations to Trevor Herdig. Finally, will the Darien captains please come collect your first place trophy.